What's up, YouTube? A little bit of a different video today. I'm actually in a little bit of a different mood, and I want to talk to you today about giving up on your dreams. Or better yet, me giving up on my dreams. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, for the different mood today, it's a result of the fact that my back is killing me. I've been doing kettlebell workouts for the past couple weeks, and they have been great. No problem. Actually, my joints have been feeling amazing as a result. But yesterday, I decided to do a new exercise, an exercise that I kind of made up. I was doing what they call Soviet high pulls, which is like a Jefferson deadlift where you bend forward while standing on a box with the kettlebell and then come up fast and do an upright row. And it feels so good with that flexion in my low back. It just feels incredible. So I decided to take it to the next level and do Jefferson squat high pulls. And my hip wasn't ready for that. My hip and low back wasn't ready for that. My left hip and low back is injured because of it is chronic. It's in chronic pain because I tore my right Achilles tendon about 7 years ago and then began leaning very heavily on this left side and built a bunch of compensatory movement patterns, faulty recruitment patterns, and bad loading on this side. So if I'm not careful, I can trigger some pain there. And so had to crawl out of bed this morning. Didn't feel so good. I'm all right. I took the garbage to the curb, took my dog for a walk, feeling pretty able right now, but definitely not in the performative mood. Not feeling like performing. And not to say that my last few videos have been performative, but I do get myself emotionally ready for those videos, right? I do a little bit of research. Usually I kind of look into the topic that I want to talk about, but then I take caffeine. I'll take caffeine, and then I'll just I'll do some deep breathing and get myself ready and pumped up for the video. But not today. Fuck all that. Fuck that today. Back hurts. Y'all just getting me raw, real, no performance, and sometimes that's good. I'm happy to be performing for you guys sometimes because it keeps people engaged. Well, every once in a while, I just gotta pull this camera out, sit in my backyard, and yap. That's what I'm doing today. I'm yapping with y'all today, and I'm dapping y'all today about giving up on my dreams. Giving up on my dreams. So, I gotta check my dog out. He's about to go dig a hole. Fooey, Remy! Leave that. There's this one spot where he starts digging right underneath a brick path. And he digs underneath the brick path, and then the bricks start falling. Fucking bricks are gonna fall on him. Leave it. He can go do anything he wants. He's got 42 acres here. He wants to go dig that fucking hole. Dogs. Right? Dogs are almost as dumb as we are. Right? How many things do we do that are self-sabotaging that we just keep doing it? Once again, I don't know. I'm talking about me. Maybe not you. But giving up on dreams. So a couple things before I get into that, because this is actually a question that somebody sent me. They watched one of my videos from earlier this week where I was talking about being a young man and having a lot of grandiose dreams and plans, and how those plans obviously didn't unfold. And in my later years, realizing it was all bullshit. Like, I'm making up bullshit ass dreams based on what I'm seeing, and of course they weren't fulfilled. Of course I didn't become P. Diddy or Jay-Z, like I said in that video, and popping bottles with models on yachts. That's not what God made me for. That wasn't God's dream for me. All right. So, but anyway, the point is that in that video I was talking about various things that I wanted when I was young. Damn, my hip. That never manifested. There's a great country song by Darius Rucker where he talks about, he's thanking God for all the things, all the prayers that weren't answered. The whole song is about thank God for the prayers that weren't answered. because they weren't for him. They weren't for him. And so, you know, popping bottles with models on yachts was not for me. As sensationally sexy and titillating as it looked on the screen when I was 19. And but as an older man, thank God for that dream that didn't come true. And there were many of them, and that was just one of the examples. But I also want to bring you guys up to date on what's going on with me in my house right now. So, you know, the comment was, "Hey, Elliott, did you just give up on your dreams? Did you just give up on your dreams when it came to not being a rap star? Not that I wanted to be a rap star. I just wanted to be on a yacht with pretty girls and alcohol. But I want to, you know, that's like about stuff that happened when I was a kid. And, you know, that's youthful dreaming. You know, some of you guys who are still in your early 20s and your teens, you're probably dreaming about some shit that is not going to happen because it's not supposed to happen. And the only reason why you want it to happen is because you see it on WhatsApp, you see it on Instagram, you see it on YouTube, you see other people doing it. Oh shit, I want that. That's not God's dream for you. So anyway, it's so funny. A couple months ago, I made a video explaining to you guys that, you know, I'm not making much money, not like I used to, not like the Elliott back in 2015 or whatever, where I was launching books, launching products, doing events. A lot of that stuff has faded away since I come out to the cocoon, aka the ranch where I'm living right now, 42 acres in Central Florida. It's like God brought me out here to break me down. In retrospect, I look at that and I'm like, wow, like he just started stripping shit away from me. And all the things he was stripping away from me were the things that were profitable ways of being, profitable ways of thinking, and profitable actions and businesses. I came out here with 4 businesses. That's how prolific I was as an entrepreneur. I'm down to 1, and it's just me. This is it. So I'm not making a lot of money. Definitely not making enough money to pay this $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 mortgage every month. Because, you know, it fluctuates, it changes. You know, some months is higher than others. It has something to do with the way the mortgage is structured. But coming out to this house, I explained to you guys that it was a dream of mine when I was young to live in the country, right? Yeah, this was way before it was actually cool. I don't know, there's something wrong with me. But it was like, you know, 2002. I want to go live with the Amish. I want to go live in the country. I thought that was my dream, but I think now it was God placing his dream within me. His dream was for me to be here. God's dream was for me to be here. And I even remember when I came here, I said, I'm not going to do anything to make this happen, Lord. If it be your will, let it be done. And it did. So I can safely say that living here, as well as a lot of all of the greatest gifts in my life, all the best things that happened to me in my life, were not my dreams. My dreams, if I tell you what my dreams are, they are retarded when I think about them right now. Let me tell you for my wife, for example. My wife is not my dream girl. She's my dream wife now because it's God's dream and God dreamed her into my life. But I wasn't looking for a wife when I met my wife. My wife is not even my type. Not that I have a type anymore. I don't have freaking types. But when I was young, I liked the big booty type girls. Big booty Latin girls. My wife is a thin white girl. Thin booty, slim booty white girl. She's not my dream. She wasn't my dream. She was God's dream for my life. And when I met her, and even the times, you know, the first few years we were together, she wasn't my dream. I thought it would break. I thought it would fall apart. You know, she'd go back to her school, I go to my school, and no. I couldn't even get rid of her. There were times when I was young, obviously, I was trying to get away from her. Because she's not my big booty Latin girl, dream girl. But it didn't happen. And no matter how much I resisted, she kept persisting, or God kept persisting. And now I couldn't imagine being married to another woman. Definitely not some big butt Puerto Rican. Them bitches look like trouble. I live in Florida. We got Miami down here. Them BBLs are ridiculous. I have no interest in that. Oh, God. Thank God for the prayers that wasn't answered. Thank God you didn't answer that prayer. I think about YouTube. These are the two things that I just bring up, my wife, my family, and YouTube, because that's what you know about me. Even of course, fitness. You guys know me for fitness and stuff. I'll go into that in a moment, maybe. But like YouTube, my dream was to be speaking in stadiums, Madison Square Garden, right? I saw guys like Tony Robbins or Joel Goldstein or, whoever these people are talk in front of big crowds. I thought that was my dream. I was like, oh, I would be like a professional speaker. And I'm gonna teach and I'm gonna motivate. I thought I'd be a motivational speaker. I thought, oh man, I had all kinds of stupid dreams. So that, because of YouTube, that never happened. YouTube, I didn't dream for YouTube. There was no YouTube when I was a kid growing up. I didn't dream about YouTube. YouTube was a total accident, just like my wife. God dreamed YouTube into my life. You gotta understand something. There was no YouTube with me growing up, and when YouTube came about, there was no indication that someone could become a YouTube celebrity or YouTube influencer. Like, that didn't exist. But it was at the peak of that era of YouTube, influencers, that I showed up and started making videos and popped off. I had no goal of having a million subscribers. That was not my dream, was to have 1 million subscribers on my strength channel. In fact, I remember other people having that dream for me, and I'm going, what are you talking about? That was God's dream. That was his dream. He was dreaming through me, because I didn't make that. I didn't make myself super strong and fast and athletic as a strong man or a football player. You know how I know I didn't do that? Because I didn't give myself my genetics. I have the perfect genetics for slamming my head into people playing football. I was great at defense. I was great at offense. I'm built that way. I had a coach one time, like, I was doing a drill, and the way I manhandled the guy, he was bigger than me, he was taller than me, he was stronger than me. But the way I was able to position myself in him, my coach was just astonished. He was like, how do you get so low and maintain so much control? So I would get my body really low and I could reach my arms up and I can control the fuck out of any kind of giant. I was built that way. The first time I saw a strongman competition, somebody flipping or did strongman, carrying kegs, flipping tires, I was like, oh shit, I'm built for this. Of course, I put in a little effort, lifting weights and getting stronger, but even that, I learned how to lift weights when I was in high school. See, a lot of you guys grew up watching YouTube. I didn't grow up watching YouTube. The only thing I knew about lifting weights was the bodybuilding magazines. But my uncle happened to be a bodybuilder. So he taught me how to lift when I was 13 years old. I didn't do that. That wasn't my dream. I didn't dream that I would have a personal trainer at age 14 that would help me enhance my natural abilities. That actually came from my uncle and my mom's side. Both of my parents are strong, physical people. That was God's dream for me. That was God dreaming through me. That I would have these genetics, that I would have these experiences, that I would have this mentorship. My uncle. How many of you have a family member? I mean, this is going back 30 years. Over 30 years ago. There were no personal trainers. They didn't exist, really. But my uncle, he was one. Taught me how to barbell lift in my parents' basement when I was a kid. I didn't dream that. That wasn't my dream. That wasn't my goal. That was God's dream. He was dreaming through me. Coming back to this house here, we moved into this. Obviously, I'm here, so it was God's dream for me to be here. It was God's dream for me to be here, not my dream. It wasn't my dream. I didn't choose this house. I didn't find this house. My wife did. It was all just grace, 100% grace. But then I had a dream. I have a dream. I had a dream. I dreamt that I was going to live here till I die. I thought I was going to be buried in this property. I thought my children would live here on this property, that we would buy. They would build houses on it. I thought I would have events. I was going to tear down the warehouse and I was going to build a big new gym over there and have events. I was going to build a circle of little houses like cabins. All my dream. That was all my dream. I woke up in God's dream for me and I dreamed within the dream. That's what I did. How many of you guys are dreaming within the dream? Like God is dreaming you into existence. God is dreaming your life into existence. Everything that is happening to you and through you and around you is God's dream. There's only one power. There's not your dream and God's dream. There's only one power. Our dream is not a dream at all. It's sin. It's disjointed. It's born of some other spirit. It is not the spirit of God. None of our dreams are. None of your dreams are. Question your dreams. And listen, before I go any further, I don't want people to sit here and like blame me for coping or being a hater, like telling people to be a low achiever. That's not what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you my experience, and I'm giving you what I believe as a result of my experience. And my experience is that none of my dreams ever came true, and that everything that came true was God's dream through me. And that every dream that I had, that I strived for, that I reached for, that I tried to make happen, that didn't happen, I'm so happy it didn't happen. And there were a few of them that I was able to pull off, and I hated it. I hated it. I hated a lot of my success. There was a lot of parts of what I was able to achieve through my will and my ego and my dream that God let me have, and then eventually was like, are you done with this bullshit yet? And I'm like, how'd you know I didn't want this? You know how you know you don't want something and that it's not God's dream for you? Resistance. People listen to what I'm saying about abandonment lately, and they're saying, and they might think that I'm saying don't work hard. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Somebody asked, like, what about Jesus Christ? Wasn't it hard for him to go to his passion? No. There was no resistance. There was no resistance. Easy is right, because easy means no resistance. But easy doesn't mean that you don't do anything. And it doesn't mean that the thing that that you have to do doesn't require sacrifice, like Jesus Christ. But it's not hard. Don't do hard things. Easy is right. Hard is resistance. Hard is telling you that you're going down the wrong road. And you have all these successful people on YouTube and whatnot say, go do hard things. Look at me and look at my life and look at what I have. All these cars and all these bitches and all these mansions, because I work hard. I wonder if that's God's dream for that person. Or is that person going to wake up in a nightmare one day saying, I wasted so much time and energy doing hard shit for stuff that is just dust, that I really don't want, that I can't take with me. So along with not doing hard things, don't dream. I don't dream anymore. Yes, to answer the question that brought us, 18 minutes into this video, the question asked me, Elliott, did you give up on your dreams? You could say that, but better, I gave up on dreaming, because I don't have dreams anymore. All those dreams that didn't unfold was because they wasn't supposed to unfold. And if I would have forced it to unfold, it would have been taken away from me, or I would have lost my health, because it was been too hard. How crazy is that to hear from a strong man? For me to pick up 300-pound stones or flip 1,000-pound tires is not hard. Are you following? Because there's no resistance except for the weight. But I'm talking about internal resistance. I'm not saying I need to become a professional strongman. I'm not saying I've got to prove something by being a strongman, right? It was because this is just what God dreamed. He dreamed this 5'9", 240-pound ball of muscle that could move shit around. I didn't do it. I don't deserve anything for that. I got the trophies. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know where my trophies are. So I don't dream anymore. I don't dream anymore, but instead I allow God to dream through me. When you hear me say allow, you might say, oh, Elliott, who do you think you are? Listen, resistance. If you're struggling in your life, it's because you're not allowing grace to flow. Grace flows naturally. It's our natural state. Our natural state is grace. But ego gets in the way. We get in the way. Our dreams get in the way of grace. Because now I need something. I needed to look a certain way, right? Like I needed this to look a certain way. I needed living here on this property to look a certain way. Once I got here, I started dreaming. And the minute I started dreaming, resistance appeared. And I think that's a part of the reason why God put me here, to teach me abandonment, to show me that, hey, I didn't get this. And as Job says, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. It's all him. He's doing all of it. I've woken up from the dream that was dreaming inside his dream. And now I can just live at peace inside his dream. And his dream is bigger than my dream could ever be. God's dream is bigger and better because everything that he dreamed into my life is better than I would have expected it. Better than the dream for me. So his dream for me right now is to move. So I am moving. Our house is under contract. It's going to be sold by the middle of next month. We already have a buyer, and I already have a house. I already have a house. I have another house, smaller house, owned from 42 acres down to 2 acres. You might say, oh, poor Elliott, he's only got 2 acres. Downsizing quite a bit. And getting rid of a lot of stuff. I feel like a butterfly blooming right now. I feel like I'm coming out of my cocoon right now. I've gotten rid of so much stuff. I have books. I don't know if I wish I could give them to you guys, but you're too far away. I don't know how I'll do it. But I have stacks and stacks of bookshelves and bookshelves of books. I'm giving away my books. I've done this several times. Do it again. Just giving away all my books. Giving away a lot of my weight training equipment. Man, we just cleaned out the warehouse. I'm just feeling light already. I'm feeling light, like I can fly, like a butterfly. Emerging from the cocoon of this home that in truth was a cocoon. There was no flying here. There was, and I'm looking back, right? Like hindsight's 2020. I'm looking back here at the time at this house. And now I can see it for what it was. It was a cocoon. This is where God brought me to finish his process of breaking me. I've been breaking since 2016. I've been breaking since the start of this season. And I'm coming to the end of it. I'm 49, so I'll be at the end of this season. When I say season, I say 12-year cycles in the next 3 years, 2-3 years. This whole season has been a cocoon season. It has been a breakdown season. Tore both of my biceps, tore my Achilles tendon, fell on my head, made millions, lost millions. All in the same cycle. It has been the most chaotic. I got beat up so much. I played football and strongman in previous cycles and didn't get beat up as much as I did in this cycle. And I know it was all for my good. Because God, I wouldn't have dreamed this. But I can see it in retrospect. God's dream was, Elliott, I need to break you down and build you back up so you could have a second season. I had an early season. I had early success. Most of my Gen X slapdick friends were out drinking and boning girls while I was building a family and being on YouTube. Right? 2007. I was looking back at some of my old videos earlier yesterday. You should look at the thumbnails. They look ridiculous. All right? That's how YouTube was back then. So I don't dream anymore. I awaken from my dream and live in the dream that is God's. This is God's dream. And so you might ask yourself, well, then what do you do, Elliott? First of all, let me just reiterate, I have no goals, I have no dreams, I have no ambition. I'm not bragging about this. I'm telling you just the way I am right now. I've been watching TV lately. I'm most financially strapped that I've ever been in my life. Outwardly, I should be stressing the fuck out. Inwardly, I'm at peace because I'm abandoned to God's dream. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. Even this house that we're moving to, it's still pretty big, but I have a big family. And so the Lord is our shepherd. We shall not want. When I say we, my whole family. It's not just about me. It's about my whole family. But it's not my responsibility to take care of my family. It's God's responsibility to take care of my family through me. I'm starting to see that now. Because if it was up to me, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I would have ruined this a long time ago. Beginning with not having an amazing wife. Because if it was up to me, I'd probably be on divorce wife number 3. Popping bottles with models. No, so I don't dream. I don't want anything that is of me. I don't want anything of me. Because anything that is of me, I realize is fleeting, is garbage, is bullshit. But I can, however, see what God is dreaming through me. Of course, in retrospect, it's easy. But what I think the dream usually is God giving you a hint as to where he's taking you. I would dare to say, and I've said this many, 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 many times over the years, that when you have a vision, let me reiterate that in a different way. When there is a vision within you, it can come from one of two places, but it's always from one of two places. When a vision is in you, it's either born of earthly vision, meaning I saw something or someone that set me on this desiring of this thing. It's external. It came from without. So it becomes your dream. But then I like to say there are premonition dreams. Meaning, I think God is calling me to live somewhere else. I'm not sure, but I keep getting this sense. I'm not going to try to paint the picture. I'm not going to try to create the picture. I'm not going to go reach for the thing. I'm not going to try for the thing. I'm not going to obsess over the thing. I don't even need to fucking think about the thing. Because God's doing the thing. It's his dream. He's going to do it. And you can say, I think I'm curious as to what the Lord is doing in my life, but I have a feeling that this is where he's taking me. I have a feeling that this is the dream that he's dreaming through me. And then leave it. You drop it because it's not your responsibility. It's not your dream. If it's not my dream, it's not my responsibility. It's his. If it's my dream, it becomes my responsibility, and that's why we burn ourselves out. That's why I burnt myself out. That's why the guy I was telling you about before, he might have billions and millions of dollars, and he's telling you need to go hustle. He burns himself out. He burns himself out. He burns his family out. He burns his health out. All right? I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the ones that's a fake dream. That's a fugazi dream. That's a troll goal for him. I do, however, believe that there are some very powerful, wealthy, worldly, successful men that's exactly God's dream for them. That's exactly God's dream for them. Don't go try to get his dream. Don't go try to manipulate God's dream to look like his or to look like me. Because you don't want to be me. You don't want to be me. You don't want to go through the things that I go through in order to be me. And it's not because I'm special, but do you really want to be put through the ringer that I've been through? Maybe. Do you really want to have one woman your whole life? Right? Oh, Elliott, looks so nice. You have a great family. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody's dreaming that kind of dream, but when they see the dream through me, they say, wow, that looks kind of nice. No, you're dreaming of all kinds of women, brothels worth of women. One girl. And never pop bottles with models. That was not God's dream. The only dream you should want is God's dream for you. And the only way to live in God's will is abandonment to divine providence. Abandon yourself to his will. Let his dream be yours. And you and me, we just need to get the fuck out the way. So I'll be back with another video at some time, maybe as I'm moving next month, showing you guys our new place or whatever. I try to keep you engaged. And I know maybe it's a little bit of entertainment for you guys too, but I am so unmoved, I don't care. It's not even like a big, I'm moving and I'm unmoved. I'm the unmoved mover. God's just moving me. Just moving me around. He's been moving me around forever. He moves around the way I look too, right? Notice my earrings today? I don't know, I felt I needed to shave my beard. I've been shaving my head last couple of years. Felt I needed to shave my beard. And the minute I shaved my beard, I was like, Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean wears earrings. Look at earrings are now. My dad says I look like Yul Brynner. Yeah, just rolling with it. Maybe it's my dream, maybe it's his. But I'm having fun living the dream. Done.